Deep in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, far removed from the daily headlines and the relentless hustle of global politics, lies a chain of islands that for centuries seemed untouched by the outside world. These islands, scattered like emerald jewels across the endless blue, have long been a place where time moves at its own pace, and where the concerns of distant capitals felt like little more than a distant echo. Here, volcanic peaks rise dramatically from the turquoise waters, their slopes cloaked in dense emerald-green forests. The islands are fringed by vibrant coral reefs, teeming with a dazzling array of marine life. Colorful fish darting among the corals, sea turtles gliding gracefully, and the occasional reef shark patrolling the shallows. Beneath the surface, the reefs form a living tapestry, supporting not just the islanders but an entire ecosystem that has thrived for millennia. This is Island Name, a place that captivates with its stunning natural beauty. But beyond its postcard-perfect landscapes, Island Name holds a significance that extends far beyond its shores. In recent years, it has become clear that this remote paradise is also of immense strategic importance, drawing the attention of powerful nations from across the globe. For countless generations, the people of Island Name have lived in harmony with their environment. Their lives are deeply intertwined with the rhythms of the sea and the land. Traditional villages dot the coastline where islanders fish in outrigger canoes, gather for vibrant cultural festivals, and pass down stories and customs that have shaped their identity. The ocean is not just a source of food, but a spiritual lifeline, a connection to ancestors and to the wider world. The islands have witnessed the arrival of explorers, traders, and missionaries over the centuries, yet they have managed to preserve a unique way of life. The culture here is a rich tapestry woven from ancient traditions and the influences of those who have come and gone, always with the sea at its heart. But today, the tranquility that once defined Island Name is under threat. The gentle rhythms of island life are being disrupted by forces far beyond the horizon. Storm clouds, both literal and metaphorical, gather over the islands, signaling a time of uncertainty and change. The reason for this growing unease? Island Name now finds itself at the very heart of a rapidly intensifying rivalry between two global superpowers, the United States and China. Once considered remote and peripheral, these islands have become a strategic crossroads, a place where the ambitions of great nations intersect. Both the United States and China see Island Name and its surrounding waters as pivotal to their interests in the Pacific. The region is increasingly viewed as the future battleground for global influence and power. U.S. Navy ships patrol the nearby seas, while Chinese research vessels and military aircraft make their presence felt. Each maneuver, each diplomatic visit is a reminder that the islands are no longer just a paradise, they are a prize. For the people of Island Name, these changes are felt in everyday life. Conversations in local markets turn to talk of foreign ships and new agreements. Children in schools learn not just about their own history, but about the shifting tides of global politics that now shape their future. Even the local radio carries news of international summits and security pacts, topics that once seemed distant and irrelevant. This small island nation, once a remote paradise known only to a few, is now a focal point of geopolitical tension. Its people stand at a crossroads, facing choices and challenges that will determine not just the fate of their islands, but perhaps the balance of power in the Pacific for generations to come. Why does this tiny island nation, seemingly isolated and thousands of miles from both Washington and Beijing, command such intense global attention? At first glance, it might appear to be just another remote speck in the vast Pacific, home to palm trees, coral reefs, and a small local population. But beneath its tranquil surface, this island is at the heart of a high-stakes geopolitical contest that could shape the future of the entire region, and perhaps the world. The answer lies in its location, an unassuming yet pivotal position on the world map. Island Name sits astride some of the most crucial shipping lanes on the planet, serving as a gateway that connects the booming economies of Asia to the vast consumer markets of the Americas. Every day, countless container ships, oil tankers, and bulk carriers pass within sight of its shores, transporting everything from electronics and automobiles to food and energy resources. Control over these vital sea lanes means more than just influence over local waters. It means the ability to shape the flow of global trade and resources. In today's interconnected world, where supply chains stretch across continents and economies depend on the smooth movement of goods, Whoever holds sway over these routes wields enormous economic power. A disruption here could send shockwaves through markets from Tokyo to Los Angeles, affecting prices, jobs, and even national security. But the island's significance doesn't end with economics. Island name is also a linchpin in the military strategies of the world's most powerful nations. Its unique geography makes it an ideal outpost for monitoring naval activity, tracking submarines, and projecting military power across the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. In times of peace, it serves as a watchful sentinel. In times of crisis, it could become a launchpad for rapid military response. Its strategic location allows for early warning of potential threats, the ability to intercept hostile forces, and the capacity to support allies in the region. For military planners, having a foothold here is like holding a key piece on a global chessboard, one that can tip the balance of power in a conflict or deter adversaries from making aggressive moves. In an era defined by rapid technological advances, where hypersonic missiles can cross oceans in minutes and long-range bombers can strike from afar, the value of forward bases and early warning stations has never been higher. Island name offers a rare combination of proximity, access, and cover, making it a coveted asset for any nation seeking to secure its interests in the Indo-Pacific. This is why both the United States and China are so deeply invested in the fate of Island name. For Washington, maintaining influence here is crucial to upholding its long-standing role as a Pacific power and reassuring its allies. For Beijing, expanding its presence is part of a broader strategy to assert itself as a dominant force in the region and challenge the existing order. For these superpowers, the contest over island name is about far more than a few remote islands. It's a struggle for control of the Pacific, a region that will help define the future of global trade, security, and influence. The outcome could reshape alliances, redraw boundaries, and determine who sets the rules for decades to come. In this high-stakes game, island name is a prize truly worth fighting for. The United States has long considered the Pacific its backyard. After World War II, America emerged as the dominant power in the region, establishing military bases and forging alliances with countries like Japan, South Korea, and Australia. This presence was meant to ensure stability, promote democracy, and, contain the spread of communism during the Cold War. The legacy of that era is still felt today. The United States maintains a significant military footprint in the Pacific, with major bases in places like Guam, Hawaii, and Japan. It also has close ties to many Pacific Island nations, including island name. But China's rise is challenging this long-standing American dominance. In recent years, a dramatic shift has been unfolding across the Pacific Ocean. China, often referred to as the Dragon, has been rapidly expanding its influence throughout this strategically vital region. Once considered a distant player, China is now making its presence felt on nearly every major Pacific island, reshaping the political and economic landscape in ways that were unimaginable just a decade ago. The Pacific, long seen as a tranquil expanse, is now at the center of a new era of global competition. China has become a major trading partner for many Pacific Island nations, offering generous loans, grants, and investments for much-needed infrastructure projects. These initiatives include the construction of highways, ports, hospitals, and government buildings, transforming the daily lives of local communities. For many island nations, China's financial support has provided opportunities for development that were previously out of reach. In exchange, China has secured access to valuable natural resources, fishing rights, and strategic ports, deepening its economic ties and political leverage in the region. This growing partnership is visible in the new skylines of Pacific capitals, where Chinese-funded projects stand as symbols of a changing era. Alongside its economic outreach, China has also significantly increased its military presence in the Pacific. The Chinese Navy now regularly conducts exercises in these waters, showcasing advanced warships and submarines. Perhaps most notably, China has built a series of artificial islands in the South China Sea, equipping them with airstrips, radar installations, and missile systems. These developments have transformed once empty reefs into formidable military outposts, extending China's reach and signaling its determination to protect its interests far from its own shores. The message is clear. China intends to be a dominant force in the Pacific, both economically and militarily. This assertive posture has not gone unnoticed in Washington. U.S. officials, long accustomed to being the primary power in the Pacific, now view China's actions as a direct challenge to American interests and influence. The Pentagon has issued warnings about the rapid pace of China's military buildup, while diplomats scramble to reassure Pacific allies and counter Beijing's growing sway. There is a growing sense of urgency among American policymakers, who fear that the balance of power in the Pacific is shifting in ways that could undermine decades of U.S. leadership and security guarantees. Many in the U.S. worry that China's ultimate goal is to push the United States out of the Pacific altogether, establishing itself as the region's dominant power. This rivalry is not just about military might or economic clout, it's about shaping the future of the Pacific and determining who sets the rules for trade, security, and diplomacy. For the people of the Pacific Islands, this competition brings both opportunities and challenges as they navigate offers of aid and investment from both superpowers while striving to maintain their own sovereignty and traditions. This high-stakes competition for influence is playing out vividly in Island Name, where both China and the United States are vying for the attention, trust, and loyalty of the local population. Here, the choices made by island leaders and communities will help shape the future of the entire Pacific region. As the dragon rises, the world watches to see how this new chapter in Pacific history will unfold. The U.S. and China are taking different approaches to winning over Island Name. The U.S. has focused on strengthening existing ties, providing military aid and disaster relief, and promoting democracy and good governance. China, on the other hand, has adopted a more transactional approach, offering large loans for infrastructure projects and investing heavily in the local economy. While the U.S. emphasizes shared values and security partnerships, China focuses on economic development and win-win cooperation. Both approaches have their supporters and detractors among the local population. Some welcome China's investment and development aid, while others worry about the country's growing influence and the potential for debt trap diplomacy.